Hey, how's it going? I have another build video for you today. As you can see, I'm on the Titan, and I was kind of putting this build together and testing it. One thing that really shocked me about it was how well it worked. I mean, you can obviously see the exotic helmet that I'm running, and it's not exactly a widely used exotic, and I was a little skeptical on using it, but honestly, it worked out a lot better than I thought, so I'm just going to jump into it. So this is kind of the centerpiece of the build. This is Eternal Warrior, the exotic helmet, and what it does is Arc Final Blows grants an escalating damage bonus with arc weapons. While using Fist of Havoc, activating your super grants an overshield, and Final Blows extends its duration while you're in your super. So that last part is basically when your super finishes, it gives you a times 4 weapon damage bonus. And the first part is the part that we're going to be using the most. It's interesting because during my testing, Bolt Charge actually works for the arc final blows. It's final blows plural, meaning you have to get multiple, but it does count towards that stack. You need to get, like, I'm not really sure how many kills you need to get the damage bonus, but you have to get multiple. When it gives you the damage bonus, it starts at damage bonus times 1, and then the more arc final blows you get, it keeps on stacking up. Then it'll go to times 2, and then times 3, and eventually times 4. But at that point, you're probably going to get your super, so then you'll spam your super, and then when it finishes, you get that times 4 weapon damage bonus. What's really interesting is that when you get that times 4 weapon damage bonus, any arc final blows you get afterwards will continue that duration. So once you finish your super, if you keep getting arc final blows, it's going to keep extending that damage bonus. So now we're going to jump onto the subclass real quick. For the super, I obviously have Fist of Havoc because we're using Eternal Warrior. For the abilities, I have Rally Barricade, Thunderclap, and Flashbang. For the aspects, I have Knockout, which says critically wounding a target or breaking their shields, infuses your melee attacks with arc energy, increases your melee range and damage for a short time. Defeating targets with melee attacks makes you amplified and restores a portion of your health. Defeating more powerful combatants increases the amount of health restored, which is really good for Thunderclap because when you're charging it up, it's going to keep on dealing more damage the more you charge it up. And what's really nice about it is that while you're charging it, you have a lot of damage resistance. So you're able to get that max charge, being able to get a kill a little easier to give you that health, just some more survivability. And then next, everybody knows what this is Storm's Keep. Cast your class ability to grant a moderate amount of bolt charge, stacks to you and nearby allies, but this is the best part. When behind your barricade, you and allies gain stacks of bolt charge over time, and your weapons can discharge max stacks of bolt charge. And we're using Rally Barricade because it has the shortest cooldown, and it makes it a lot easier to shoot while standing behind it. So for the fragments, we have Spark of Shock, your arc grenades jolt targets. This with Flashbang will blind and jolt them, just a really good combination. We have Spark of Ions, defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with Bolt Charge creates an Ionic Trace. When you pick up an Ionic Trace, it gives you ability energy. Then we have Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you're more resistant to incoming damage. Lastly, we have Spark of Frequency. Melee hits increase your equipped weapons reload speed and stability for a short time. While amplified, the effects are increased and you gain increased stacks of bolt charge from all sources, which is really nice because while you're amplified by knockout, you get a punch kill and you have amplified. Because of that aspect, you're getting more bolt charge while standing behind your barricade. Just a really good combo. Now I'll jump into the arc weapons of choice I have real quick. For this one, I have this trace rifle. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I have overflow and jolting feedback. Jolting feedback will be really useful for one of the artifact perks that I'll get into in a second. But I really love this trace rifle. And then Queenbreaker, just a really solid weapon. This gun got a lot of changes recently, specifically this scope. When you use a scope, it fires a 3-round burst, and of course, the new catalyst with rewind rounds. Just really solid weapon. Lastly, I'll jump into the artifact perks real quick. For this one, while you're amplified or have bolt charge, your arc weapons gain increased weapon handling and reload speed, just a really nice bonus. Defeating an exhausted or severed target with arc damage releases a blinding burst. We're not going to be really exhausting or severing anything, so I kind of just threw it on there. And then we have defeating arc debuff targets grants bolt charge. Dreadful Finisher, just giving yourself some more special ammo when you get a finisher. Next we have Flashover. When you gain maximum bolt charge, you also become amplified. Really good for that artifact and for Storm's Keep. And lightning bolts deal more damage, just really strong. And then earlier So I said the trace rifle judging feedback. This is where it comes into play. So trace rifles do more damage to targets afflicted by elemental debuffs matching their elemental type. So it's just going to be jolting them, and because it's jolting them, it's going to be dealing more damage. I have limit break. Obviously, when you cast a super while you're wounded or have an elemental buff, we're always going to be amplified, but bolt charge stacks do count as well. Our super is going to be dealing more damage, which obviously the more damage it does, the easier we get kills. The easier we get kills, the longer it'll last. Next we have defibrillating blast. When you stun a champion, you get max bolt charge, which will make you amplified, and it triggers an arc bolt that heals you and jolts combatants that it damages. Lastly, I'll go over the armor mods. Hands-on, 2 of them, just so I can get super back a little quicker. Arc siphon, firepower, impact induction, bolstering detonation. I've charged up this time, and I'll go over that in a second. It just gives you, you're able to hold more armor charge. Arc scavenger for easier and more ammo pickups when you have arc weapons. Stacks on stacks, recuperation, stacks on stacks when you pick up an orb. Power, it gives you double the armor charge when you pick it up. Powerful attraction, distribution, and most importantly, special finisher. When you have 3 stacks of bolt charge, when you get a finisher, it'll give you special ammo. Obviously, I'm actually running double special, so it's just really nice. That working together with Dreadful Finisher, you're always going to have ammo. I found the ammo economy specifically to be really decent in this build. Really good, honestly. I never really ran out of ammo. So, I mean, the loot for this build is really simple. I mean, you're just going to be getting a lot of bolt charge kills. You're going to be getting a lot of melee kills. And that, because of that, you're going to be getting that weapon damage bonus for your arc weapons. And of course, you get your Fist of Havoc super back really quickly. So, just spam it, and then you're always going to have that damage bonus afterwards. And of course, kills will extend its duration. Just really good for ad clear. And like, it kind of does everything, really. It has really good damage because of the limit break, and it has really good ad clear because you always have your super, and your weapons are always dealing a lot of damage. So I'll just kind of jump into the gameplay and show you what I'm talking about. And we're in. This time I'm on the Pale Heart in the Master Lost sector today, I should say, to show you what it's all about. I actually haven't even done this one on Master, so we're going to see how this goes. So as you can see on the left side, I just ran out, but I had that ×4 arc weapon damage bonus. Because I was getting all of those arc kills, it gradually gives you arc damage bonus over time, but when you finish your super, it gives you that the ×4 damage bonus for 30 seconds. And then you can obviously continually have that damage bonus going while you get more arc kills. And of course, the bolt charge goes towards those kills that you need to get the damage bonus. So far, this isn't seeming too hard. I think that last room is definitely going to be the scariest part for sure. I'm just gonna push off. One thing I really like about this build is that I feel like ammo is very easy to come by because I have that special finisher and that artifact perk working together really well. As you can see, as I'm getting these kills, it's extending my super. And another couple things about this super that you should know about is that the slam attack actually blinds targets. So it's a really good way to stun unstops. And when you use your super while you're in the air, it does more damage. So I'm gonna get a finisher. Oh, never mind. Get a finisher on this unstop up here. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use my super right here. Oh! Whoa! Okay, that was pretty scary, but I think we're chilling. I'm gonna stun this unstop. Okay, I'm gonna finish him. And look at all the ammo I got. I'm gonna try not to die here, please. And we're good. Oh, that was kind of scary. Okay, we're in the final boss room. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. Oh, on the wrong one. There we go. Alright, put my barricade down. Some ball charge going. I'm gonna use my super. And of course, Limit Break is actually helping the super damage because I'm amplified, as you can see on the left. And it's constantly blinding, so this Unstop has no chance. Where did this Unstop go? Oh, everything's dead. Would you look at that? Okay. And that is pretty much the build. I mean, it all really works together. The artifact perks, the super, the arc abilities, and all that kind of stuff. You know, bolt charge, getting those arc kills, giving you more of that weapon damage bonus. And of course, with this being a trace rifle and all, it really helps you get your super back really quickly. There's a lot of ways to get your super back really quickly. I think damage over time gives you the most ability, or sorry, super energy back. And when the faster you get your super, the more you're going to be able to use your super, of course, giving you that biggest damage bonus. But of course, what's nice is that after your super finishes, and you get those arc blows following after that, it'll extend that ×4 damage bonus. So it all really works together really well. But like I said, that's pretty much it. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you have fun with it, of course. I'll see you next time.